Good morning, friends. My name is Broden. I just finished up my sophomore year at Broden University. Last week, Sarah blessed me with the opportunity to give this CC midweek thing a try, so I'm going to give my best crack at it, kind of give you guys a day in the life. Normally, I'd be heading to work around 8:40, but today's a special day. My mom and I are heading to Colorado. Actually, we're getting on a flight, heading over there to go to the Red Rocks Amphitheater to experience a concert. We are super excited. This is kind of once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We're leaving the house around 10:30 to get on a 12 o'clock flight, but before then, I'm gonna hit the gym. So. All right, we finished up that leg day with a 5-minute continuous walking lunge. If you want a challenge, I suggest that. It's terrible. All right, now let's get ready for Colorado. All right, after a quick flight, we are now in the Denver area. We're gonna grab a quick bite to eat before heading to the venue. Post-concert. What an experience. I'm super grateful for the opportunity that my family and mother blessed me with. It was unbelievable being at the venue, or a venue like the Red Rocks Amphitheater, and being able to see such an incredible performer in Dermot Kennedy. Kind of really explained that. I said we're going to see a concert, but my mom and I both love this Irish artist named Dermot Kennedy. If you're unfamiliar, I'd suggest giving him a listen. He's incredible. But I mean, that was an incredible experience. This is kind of like, this is a day in life video, but this isn't an average day in my life. Kind of woke up and we just flew to Denver for literally a day. We're leaving tomorrow. We came here for a concert. It was just really surreal. But this whole CC midweek thing is kind of about taking normal people like myself and explain how we see God, like in our everyday life, or how we interact with God. I'm just gonna kind of share a story about the past week or so, little week and a half, that's been kind of going on with my family and everything that's happened. Because we keep it under the radar. We don't really, when we're struggling, we don't show it too much. But so on May 9th, a couple of days before then, I honestly not sure the day. I think it was 4 days before then. My aunt, who 10 years ago, her life changed. She underwent a very risky surgery. She knew going into it that the surgery had extreme health risks. Unfortunately, the surgery didn't go well, and it completely changed her life. She has lived the past 10 years in a wheelchair, trying to get back to where she was. Her mind, her brain, I would say, functioned at the level of really a child. She had a stroke, but every day she just fought to kind of get back to where she was, whether it be walking, talking, all that, just basic human functions. It was incredible to watch her. But unfortunately, she
was in the hospital. Cardiac arrest, was without oxygen for 19 minutes. And on May 9th, we lost her. Um, it was tough. Uh, Spent multiple days, counting lots and lots of hours in the hospital with our family, just kind of being with each other, embracing the moment, being with her, praying for her. Um, but again, we lost her that day. But throughout the entire process, we kind of knew my uncle had made a decision that, hey, like, I'm not gonna make her suffer any longer. We're just gonna end this. So, as the whole family kind of gathered in the room, sat there, tears, everyone embracing each other, just lots of love filled in that room. But two things that kind of stood out to me. My father, I would say, is not a guy that shows emotion very often. And he loved his sister so much. But in that moment, he turned to me and just embraced me, and it was beautiful. I've never really, I don't know, he hasn't embraced, I haven't felt that kind of embrace from him, like, ever. Again, he's not a super emotional guy, he's a provider, he loves us so much, but the emotions you don't really see. I've never seen him cry, but that moment, he was vulnerable with me. I knew that there were tears in his eyes, and he just wouldn't let them fall because he just wanted to be strong. But he fully embraced. It wasn't a little side hug. It was a full embrace, head down on your shoulder. It was beautiful. And following that, as my aunt was passing, I asked my brother if I could use some AirPods just quietly listen to some worship music. So I sat there throughout the entire process and just mouthed the words to some elevation worship, to some Maverick City, and just sang. I obviously was quiet because I didn't want to make noise, but just, guided her through whatever goes next. Just by praising the Lord and hoping that He receives her with open arms. And that was just, it was beautiful. Again, death is always tough, but I feel like I have a positive outlook on it. I think it's something that should be celebrated. You mourn, yes, but again, I feel like as a Christian, death is new life. So it's not something to be afraid of. It's something to embrace and to be happy about. So again, that's kind of how that went. That was beautiful. But then we had her funeral service and burial yesterday. Again, very heavy day. This is the first time in my life that we've had a death in our family. So again, I didn't really know how to handle it, but going into it, just being there for my father, for my uncle, for everyone else, just kind of being available as a supportive figure. Moving through that day, the family we got there early to have our little private viewing, and I was looking at all the pictures and everything, and then I had finally made my way up to my aunt's casket, and I was taken aback because 10 years ago, again, when she first underwent the surgery, we found out that it did not go well. Those loom bracelets, some of the younger people might be familiar with those little rubber band bracelets, were kind of in. And I had made her 4 of them, and she cherished them. I put them on her wrist while she was in a coma-like state. And soon after I gave them to her, I left the room, and she woke up and said that she heard my voice, and that's what woke her up. She knew that she had to wake up because she heard my voice, heard me talking. And ever since then, she would wear the bracelets throughout all of her rehab. If one ever fell off because they're a little loose, she would make sure the nurse came by and got them back for her, and she always made sure every rubber band was on each bracelet. It was incredible. But again, 10 years passed by, and I had kind of forgotten about those. And she, I don't know, I never realized how much they meant to her until I walked up to her casket, and on her little safety dog, she had a little stuffed animal safety dog. All 4 of the loom bracelets were on the dog's neck, and they were being buried with her. When I saw that, took a step back, teared up, and just kind of lost it. I never understood, and I don't think I'll ever understand, the kind of love that my aunt kind of had for everybody, especially her, just everybody in the family. Nieces, nephews, brothers, sisters, parents. Her kind of love was love that came from God. That was real. And I never really understood it until that moment. That was just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I couldn't explain the kind of, it was love. That's all I can say. It was love. My heart was overwhelmed. I couldn't believe it. I had no idea that she held on to those for 10 years. A little rubber band bracelet, most of which would break after a little bit, and she had them in perfect condition with everything still intact for 10 years. It's unbelievable. So yeah, throughout that entire experience, felt God, whether if it was through praise and worship, or embrace, or just love. I know that throughout that entire time, that God was present, watching over our family, and that my Aunt Roxy is running again. She was in a wheelchair, but she's up on her feet, running around, chasing her dog, laughing, smiling, and loving. Just super blessed to kind of have the mindset and the faith to kind of understand that throughout that entire process, although we lost a loved one, that God was still away, and that she is in a better place. So, thank you all for your time. Thank you for listening. It's kind of a longer segment, but I felt like I had to share that. It's just such a beautiful thing.